live chat to make sure that things are working okay. I do apologise for that. It is Alpha Alex in at the top with Risto, with F1 XD F1 Pro, Romet, El Plan, Director Ole, Director Mil. Fastest drivers at this qualifying session in the all-important, of course, session there for the race that we will start in Monza very shortly to come. I'm just going to check on the progress of that there live stream. Hopefully we're okay, but not entirely sure what happened. Hopefully, though, those drivers who were with us in the live stream earlier on will know to press refresh, but we're back. We've got a full grid on our hands. It's going to be fantastic to see Lenny at the back of the grid somehow managed to retire. Didn't, I imagine, get Ascari correct. Looks like he managed to circumnavigate the rules, but I'm just waiting to see then what level of damage is appropriate. What's going to happen through the Monza race here tonight? We'll see. Will the drivers decide to give up their own race ability in favour of their teammate, and they decide to split the prize pot? How are the tactics going to work? Will we see some incredible crashes? Is everyone just going to go straight through? Brilliant to see. Thank you to Respond and to Ole to say that the stream is working now. So that's excellent news. Really pleased to hear that. And I did verify that the sound was working at least. It looks like we are back. Everything is on. Ricky is communicating the drivers. Looks like we are good to go. So thank you to everybody for the support on that front. Respond tells Ollie to watch his back. Ollie knows exactly what we're expecting to see tonight. Will, how are the drivers going to work this one out? Let me, if you're in the live chat, give me a quick idea about the some potential tactics. You don't even have to commit to them being your tactics, but give me an indication of what you think is going to happen. XDF1 Pro says he's overfueled by 3 laps to try and make sure. It looks like we go already. Incredible stuff. This has caught several drivers out. We've already got Red Bulls, both Red Bulls being smashed to pieces on the main start finish line. We're going to go straight through those advertising hoardings at the front. It's El Plan who is working plan A at the moment, and he's straight into the lead. Ricky Maru and Atsu are line astern in the Haas as we continue to go all over crazy down into the first quarter. It is Risto who's managed to get himself, Risto Serg has managed to end up disqualified. These are the front 4 drivers: El Plan, Ricky Maru, Atsu. We've got the fantastic top speed here with a triple slipstream as they come towards Ascari corner. We're going to turn left first across both apexes. Ollie goes absolutely skywards. Ricky Maru and Atsu take the lead here. Will they play some games and go side by side to try and defend their position as much as possible? Looks like the Alpine down the inside. It looks like we had El Plan and the Aston Martin didn't quite work out to the outside of Parabolica, but right up at the front, it is Ricky Maru versus Atsu. Ricky has obviously been practicing this one. We know Atsu's been helping out with that no end as well. Side by side they go. The Alpine, though, of XDF1 Pro heading down the inside, straight across. Once again, they go through the Rettifilio chicane. We've got Floyd Pink moving up into 8th position, but side by side go the 2 at the front, and it's Atsu and it's X1FD Pro, and they've got several cars with 3 wheels on their wagon already getting those retirements. They're out of the race already. That was an Alpine who looked completely destroyed, but Atsu has managed to keep himself running. Ricky Maru is in the lead by 2.6 seconds. That's almost comfortable gap. It's almost possible to resist the dive bomb. Coming through then comes Mika with Ole in 2nd position and 3rd position. We've got Mika then trying to hold on to the grip. El Plan is trying to run his way through Ascari. It's fair to say several drivers haven't organised the quickest way through Ascari, but it's Romet who goes into 4th position. His teammate has retired. Retirees so far, we've got Carmad, Floyd Pink, X with the F1 Pro with his overfueling. We've got Milan in the pits. Studio's down in 17th, but also retiring Risto, Marco and Lenny as El Plan and Romet go side by side on the long run down towards the Rettifilio. They're not even going to bother. every single polystyrene marker board has been cleared off through the Rettifilio. I'm not even going to call it a chicane, but bypass sector. It looks like this is the way to run through the race, though. Ricky Marou, P1 at the moment, and he certainly won't have to pay anybody that all-important $100. I believe if Ricky wins, then he'll split the winnings with the commentary team, I think. Romek DNFs through the Lesmos. You can see the dark trace on the back of the papaya orange McLaren as Kenton in the Alpha Tauri is trying to continue running. I can't believe we've had so many retirements already. With the damage turned to low, the drivers are still retiring quickly through the race. Let's have a look. I know it's academic, but let's have a look at position change so far. How about Lemmy up into 7th position? Psycho Lemmy, that is. I'm going to have to make sure. But Lenny in the Red Bull has actually already retired. So we've got a mixture of tyres. It's lap 4 of 13. This is Mika running behind El Plan, trying to challenge for 3rd position. The slipstream effect here all the way into Curva Grande now, and you can see the El Plan's Aston Martin is clipping already. It's lap 4. He's spent all of his electrical and energy. Just a little bit of a downshift, disengaging the electrical deployment for Mika as he then tries to run through the Lesmo 1 and into Lesmo 2 now. And it'll be interesting because the drivers just get a little bit too greedy going through the corners. Atsu has not pitted to fix that front wing. He is in P5 and he knows that it might well pay dividends not to bother pitting. You don't need a lot of front downforce in this track at the best of times, but if you're going to eliminate 3 of the main turning and braking opportunities down into the first and second chicanes. Now, what is that Williams waiting around for? That is Ole hanging around in P4 in the middle of the Parabolica. What was he doing there? I think, is he down a lap? He's not down a lap. He's on lap 4, but he was clearly very, very slow. As here comes Mika then, trying to put the spooks on the Aston Martin as they go side by side. Oh, what a beautiful side swipe that was from the Aston Martin. He wasn't having any of it. Mika was jinking back and forth, left and right. Normally, I would not be enjoying watching things like this take place, but that is a legitimate tactic in no rules racing. Alpha Alex is in P6 after a disaster of a first couple of laps, but Atsu is now chasing down Ollie. We only have 10 runners remaining as Mika is stranded in P8, but Lemmy Respond and Milan are going to come on through, I'm sure, very soon. How about Ricky Marou though? 5.8 seconds in the lead at this first of only 6 25% races, and the Williams up ahead. Is that Ollie going out of his way to destroy every piece of trackside furniture he possibly can? But Ricky has clearly had a problem. Ricky is in P3. And has he lost a wing? Is he pausing to make things interesting for his teammates? Or is he in fact trying to give a slipstream to his teammate to cooperate here? Both of them clipping down the main straight. Something went wrong through Ascari for Ricky Marou, who had a huge lead. El Plan somehow or other has got himself up into P1 now with Ole going all kinds of wrong. Or was that Respond? That was Respond retiring, but what was Ole up to? He's just knocked his front wing off. Was that deliberate to reduce the downforce on the car? I wonder. It did look like Ricky Marou had the tyre performance, had the performance in the car to gap the field. Now, I believe pit stops will still be mandatory. It is a 25% race, which means we've got the tyre wear effectively turned to 4 times because we're expecting to see a pit stop no matter what. I've got Floyd watching. Something's gone wrong there. X1FD Pro has joined us. X1FD Pro, talk to us. What went wrong in the race? And if our drivers have retired, what about Floyd? What about XD? Tell me what happened. We've got some pit stops, though. Ricky Marou retakes the lead. El Plan into the pits. Atsu also into the pits. And Ole, I think we'll have to see if the drivers have decided to turn off automatic front wing changes, because that's going to be interesting to see if they actually decide to change that damage. Well, there's a new nose going on the Williams, number 54. That is Ole. So outside of the pit lane, look at this. We've got an AlphaTauri with no damage on the car. It's Kenton who's managed to either pit already. He has already pitted, so that's okay. Let's have a look at Milan in the Ferrari, appropriately for his name. Well, again, doesn't appear to be a great deal of damage, but he has pitted once already. Ricky Meroux is out on the main circuit at the moment. He hasn't damaged the car, but he did lose a massive lead already. We got Floyd saying he kissed the wall hard. X1FD Pro said it just a little incident. And Studios says he got stuck. He doesn't know. Devastated for an early DNF. Planning for more ruthlessness here in Canada. So Ricky Meroux into the pits. That means El Plan, with a 19-second deficit, will almost certainly get himself onto back onto terms with Ricky Meroux. 5 entire laps to go, maybe slightly fewer once Ricky has crossed the line. Here comes El Plan then. Will he see Ricky on this way out of the pits? I should probably turn on the track map, and that will help everybody understand where the rest of the drivers are. Well, El Plan straight into the lead. Ricky Meroux avoiding some debris that is still littered around the circuit. Ricky Meroux hasn't really lost a great deal through that pit stop cycle. He was about 3 seconds off the lead earlier on. He's now about 3.5 seconds off the potential lead. We'll keep an eye on that. I'm not anticipating around Monza a great deal of drivers to make huge mistakes anymore, as Atsu in third. Let's go down through the field, shall we, as we see the unconventional rallycross route there of the Hector Ollie. He is in 4th position. We have Kenton in 5th position. Everybody has now made their mandatory pit stop. Kenton in 5th place. We've got Alpha Alex down into 6th at the moment there in the Alfa Romeo, leaning heavily on the car with his teammate Time One Actor behind him. Psycho Lemmy in 8th, and the final position on the grid at the moment is Milan on hard tyres, one of the first drivers to stop for new tyres. New fastest lap of 109.0 from El Plan, and he has a very convincing lead at the moment. Lap 9 of 13. We had 20 starters. We have 9 continuing to drive. X1FD Pro saying life in prison for Atsu, and Respond took out himself while trying to take out Milan. Oops. Not particularly useful tactic there. Here is Psycho Lemmy. He's perhaps the closest car to another on the grid, as the cars seem to get sort of brake smoke despite not actually braking. Here is Psycho Lemmy then, with the gap at the front is 3.9 seconds at the moment. Of course, it only takes one driver to make a slight mistake over the curbs of Ascari. And even going straight across those apexes, we still see cars going wrong. And there you can see even Psycho Lemmy on his own, really catching another driver in front. He's still pushing so hard he almost made a massive error, as the drivers are learning the routes from each other, being braver and braver as they go across the circuit this time. It is going to be a very different story in Canada, though. We have got close, tight walls in Canada, and the drivers will not be able to make such massive track cuts. The Wall of Champions, I wonder what kind of state that wall is going to be in by the end of our race, is lap 10, as we've got Lemmy just being gapped slightly there by Time One Actor. Let's have a look at Alpha Alex, who is catching another driver. Nobody in DRS range at the moment. El Plan in P1, ahead of session host and Discord server owner Ricky Meroux, who had the idea for this crazy funeral of F1 23. We've got some people saying, Bucko saying, sorry to whoever I killed on the start. It wasn't his intention. This is no rules racing. If you have just joined in, that's why we are where we are with the number of retirements. No rules racing. The only rule really is that you are not to reverse on the first sector of the race. But apart from that, you can take anybody out you want to. You can take your own revenge. We've got DRS enabled here for Alpha Alex. It's going to be interesting to see how the game has coded the DRS. Can he hold the DRS all the way to first braking zone, I wonder, of LoD1, which the drivers are using for the first time of asking for the brakes. No, the brakes automatically cancel. Oh, dear me, Alpha Alex, what on earth happened? I think he ran into the back. Was that potentially, I wonder, a brake check from Kenton? Because that happened very violently indeed. Again, brake checks perfectly allowed in this League of Destruction. He certainly didn't want to give that one up, Lemmy, and we know that Alpha Alex had the DRS available to him. There is a few things you can't really be doing. You can't be boxing other drivers in and holding them in position. One clean attack is legitimate. How has El Plan found 9.8 seconds on Ricky Marou here? I wonder if Ricky has had a difficult lap, been off track. Really the only places that anybody else can go wrong is through the Lesmos, on their own at least. Floyd says it's Kenton with a magnificent brake check. And I'm pretty sure that is exactly what just went down. We have Ole catching Atsu. Kenton, of course, if he did do that brake check, he's not managing to gain any places as a result of this. It's lap 12 of 13, just basically a lap and a small amount left to go. I think, in fact, El Plan has started the final lap here. So Ole has to make this count very quickly. You have to take a legitimate racing line through Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2 to get through here. Response says, clean move from Kenton, phenomenal racecraft. Here comes Ole then, just to try and follow in the wheel tracks. We've certainly got a... now, this is interesting. I think El Plan is about to... Well, he has just started the final lap, and he doesn't actually... I thought he was about to lap somebody. He doesn't actually have anybody lapping him. Atsu and Ricky Marou have found each other again, and Ricky has dropped 4 seconds. I think Ricky's been off track again. No damage on the car at the moment. How friendly are Atsu and Ricky feeling? They need to defend here from Ole, who is catching the pair of them. You can see the DRS closes as they go wrong, essentially, as they go straight on at the Rettifilio. Technically, it shouldn't close until you hit the brakes, as far as I know. Anyway, but here then is Ole trying to make this one count, taking a slightly different line there through the corner than Atsu. It could be time for a murderous attempt here from Ole. Certainly he'll have DRS heading down towards Ascari. We've got to watch this. I don't want to miss El Plan winning, but here comes Ole. Some weaving from Atsu. Ole tried to find his way through, couldn't find his way through. Looks like Atsu managed to weave his way to the position where Ole couldn't take the position. Here comes El Plan to win the race. Ricky Marou retiring on the final lap. Oh, there he is in the background. Ricky Marou just lost second place. Atsu about to take it. He was trying to come through, and I think obviously trying to lap the Ferrari here. He pushes him deep into the pit lane. Atsu heads into the pits. Ole from nowhere. That's a nice bit of revenge, quite frankly, because that must have been Milan in the Ferrari who decided to wipe out Ricky and Atsu and promote Ole up into 12th position. They're not teammates in the cars, but they are obviously teammates with their prefixes of their names. It's El Plan, it's Ole, and it's Atsu coming third in the pit lane. Kenton, the brake check master, in P4. Time Worn Actor in 5. Ricky will get classified 6th. No, he won't, because Lemmy, Time Worn Actor, Lemmy, and Milan are going to probably make it through there. Ricky is going to be properly upset. Alpha Alex, that was absolutely crazy. Respond just cheering on Ole, who had it rough because Atsu tried to weave Ole off the circuit, but his teammate across divisions, Milan, wiped out Atsu in return, and Ricky Marou perhaps got the wrong Haas car. Ricky down into P6 or P7. I think he was classified as a finisher. We'll check that out because obviously there was he certainly finished the penultimate lap. Here we go then with the flag. It is El Plan in the lead for the start of this run. Ricky saying he had a lot of fun there, which is good. I think he was hoping to pocket the championship purse here of €100, but it's not to be. Champagne sprays. We will go racing again shortly. I don't know for sure whether we are going to have one-shot quali for Canada or we're going to go straight into it. I need to get that one back. Studio says he knew Ollie was getting second place, I guess perhaps in a voice chat with each other. But there, then, your official results. A 109.058 picks up a single point for El Plan on top of the 25 for the win. Ollie picks up 18 for second place. Then comes Atsu, Kenton, Time Worn Actor, Psycho Lemmy, and Ricky Maru was indeed classified. So we had 8 classified finishes despite Milan's best efforts. Out of the race, though, were Alpha Alex Respond, Mika, Bucko, Romet, Carmad F14, Floyd Pink, XDF1 Pro, Studios, Risto, Marco, and Lenny, who lost it right at the very start. Lenny has not had a lot of track time just yet, so Ricky asking to be invited back into the league. So let's see. So everyone getting ready then for Canada. We will see how this works out. Who claims the host position? Well, it looks to be Carmad F14 at the moment. Ricky is not in the lobby, or is he in the lobby? Let's have a look. Let's see if we can't re-invite Ricky Maru. Hopefully somebody will do that for us as we check out then. Let's have a look at the settings, just check that everything is still running. We are going to Canada. We will do a one-shot apparently, and this is about everybody trying to get back into the race. Hopefully we will not miss Ricky. We will. I can try and invite Ricky if we can, but everyone getting ready then for the next race. So don't press ready up just yet. Everyone trying to invite Ricky, I'm sure, and hopefully we'll get Ricky back in. I say I'm happy to try, but whether I will be able to or not is another matter. I don't want to lose my place in the stream either. But it would be particularly bad if we ended up going without Ricky. Here he is. I think Ricky coming back now, which will be great. He can get back into his car and we can get back racing. Well, at least qualifying, one-shot qualifying once again, it looks like. It's Ollie saying 3 teammates versus 2 here. As Mika saying best strategy in the game. It was fun. It was very interesting. Everything's set up, apparently, says Ricky, so he just needs to select his car and press ready up. Looks like they're already on it. We're going to get racing once again. Back to a new circuit, then back to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the fantastic, beautiful Canadian Grand Prix circuit. And look forward to this one. We have 13 official turns here. Turn 11 is a bit of a bogus one, frankly. But I don't think there's a huge amount of corner cutting opportunities for the drivers. We might see some corner cuts through turns 3 and 4. It's possible that we won't use turn 2 particularly, but you still do have to slow down to get around onto the main racetrack. Most other parts of the racetrack are very difficult to corner cut, so this is going to be a new challenge. Monza, incredibly obvious corner cutting opportunities. Canada somewhat different, and it's also narrow and there are walls. We're going to have some fun here as we watch the drivers create their new lines. There you can see a little opportunity to corner cut potentially. I think that's turns 6 and 7, but it's still quite tight and you still have to make the corner, otherwise you are ending up in the wall. We just had a do not ready up request from Atsu. I hope Atsu isn't going to get lost in the shuffle here, but let me know if you're enjoying this so far, what you think the best tactic is for the race, whether you've got some good ideas about shortcuts. If you're watching with us live. If you haven't said anything yet, do say hello. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, please, guys, if at all possible. We're going to be here tomorrow night and Sunday night as well for this League of Destruction. I think there's no more fitting way to say goodbye to F1 23. And I think a lot of us are quite worried about F1 24. but we'll park those worries for next week. This is all about having a bit of fun, a bit of a laugh. So ready to go. I wonder, will we see El Plan? Will the drivers now suddenly paint a target on the back of El Plan and decide that he needs to be taken care of? I'm pretty sure that is going to happen. The drivers are going to target whoever's at the top of the championship to try and take home this fantastic prize purse. Here, then, we'll ride on board with Mika, who's going to go way out onto the pit lane exit and destroy the car. Well, not quite, but he's still running. So he'll be pleased about that one. Very interesting plan to run through. Let's run through and try and find a fast driver, shall we? Here is F1 XD Pro, the other way around, XD F1 Pro, as he tries to navigate turns 6 and 7. I did feel like that was likely to be a line. Floyd Pink and Lenny again has retired, just trying to thread the needle through turns 8 and 9. Now we go down to Le Pingle, or the hairpin here. Really, the fastest way around this corner is going to be taking the proper racing line. There really isn't a quicker way unless you can drift across the grassed area at the start-finish. Now we've got come up to the Wall of Champions final chicane. What is XDF1 Pro going to do? Well, he's going to just hold on through the final 2 corners. Will he take the pole position? It's a 103.250, and yes, indeed, he will. So, pole position goes the way of XDF1 Pro. Risto, Atsu and Alpha Alex up there. Ricky's not doing badly either. What about El Plan? Well, he's down in 11th, our championship leader. So he's got a big job on his hands if he wants to try and hold on to that championship lead. Of course, we'll get the championship update at the end of the race for your enjoyment. And predictions for the next 2 nights of racing as well. Now let's see what our drivers can manage to do, as we have XDF1 Pro for Alpine at the top, 103.250. Risto is in second with Atsu in third. Alpha Alex in 4th place. We have Ricky Maru, Atsu's teammate, in 5th. Then comes Milan. So will Milan be playing any cleaner this time than he did at the end of the previous race? Time One Actor in 7th. Lemmy in 8th. Romet and Marco 9th and 10th. El Plan in 11th. Championship leader at the moment, with Ole down in 12th. Obviously things not going to plan for those two. Then we've got Kenton, Mika, Studios, Bucko, Carmad F14, Respond. Floyd Pink and Lenny, though, did retire, as did the 3 cars in front of them from that qualifying session. So Lenny has had barely any time on track so far in this championship. Hopefully we'll see a bit more of Lenny and that Red Bull at the back of the grid as we run through. Now, is it sensible just to let the other drivers retire at the start and then get underway? Nice dry conditions here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. We had no formation lap. We went straight into the race. I wasn't ready for that. Hands up from my part. So Mika says, crashed into the wall in turn 1 on the stream. Well, that's the problem if you're one of the lead drivers at the start. But yes, you didn't quite choose the right tactic into turn 1, did you, Mika? Unfortunately. But at least you've learned what not to do in the race. And we'll see if you can't navigate turn 1 and 2 a little bit easier through the rest of this stream tonight. 25% race, just like the Monza race, around the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. And I'm really interested to see the tactics that play. I know we didn't get to see much of the start line antics from the drivers, as, we're waiting to see now who is going to triumph in Canada. Predictions, if you will, if you're watching. Who's your pick for winner in this round 2 of 6-round championship, mini championship, just over the weekend? Hopefully we'll get most of our drivers or reserves for the next 2 nights as well. Yeah, so we're just going to have a really good laugh. And also it's going to be a €100 prize for the overall champion after 6 races. And they can split that however they wish. If they've won because their teammate helped them, hey, maybe they'll be kind and generous. Maybe they'll tip their commentator. It's 5 lights. It's drop the clutch. It's go, go, go. And it's actually really slow start from our pole position person. And look at that. We've got a real split of the drivers coming down the inside. It's really hard to tell who is going to do what. We've got Ricky Maru has retired from the session straight away. Is that El Plan having problems? Certainly Respond is down there at the tail of the field trying to find a way through. He said he's going to win for sure. But it's Respond just going back and forth, trying to avoid the McLaren, and just about does so. Respond is in 17th, Ricky Maru out, Ollie out, but it's Atsu in the lead with Risto chasing in the McLaren just behind him as they run through the corners. That is some fairly astonishing effects as the drivers cut the first apex, cut the second apex, and Alfa Alex gets it slightly wrong. He's just about kept the car undamaged as Alfa Alex through the corner. It is Atsu, Risto, Mika, and who was that behind? Well, Marco's coming through. I think Studios managed it, but someone had an issue there. It's Lemmy who has got it all wrong. Lemmy in the Alpha Tauri, and now we've got Respond from 17th, just avoiding other people's accidents again. Respond driving slowly around the rest of the drivers. Atsu's in the lead by 1/10 of a second only, and the TV cameras can't keep up with these guys. It's Atsu versus Risto at the front. It's Alpha Alex right behind Mika now. And are we about to see some revenge against the Diectors, shall we say, teammates there? We've got pit stops, of course, for damaged cars already underway. And you still do need to crawl around to try and get those cars around these tight corners here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. The walls are right here for you. Not quite so much as we will see in Monaco. Respond is out. Respond is out down in 13th. I didn't catch what happened to Respond, but that was Mika. That was Mika round. And I think he lost it on his own on the grass. T-boned himself into the wall, and front wing off for Mika as he goes around. That's a bit of a Robert Kubica kind of accident site there. Risto is right behind Atsu. They're going to choose different lines here. Risto and Atsu steers, and it's both of them. Both cars at the front have had a problem. Risto, I think that was Romit going past, who's been lapped already. So it's still these two in the lead, despite the fact that Romit has just unlapped himself, and he's right in the mix now as they try to both come through. Atsu and Risto come together again. Risto comes off worse this time, and Atsu is back into the lead of the race, but he's got no front wing, and he's got Risto's teammate blocking him at the front of the circuit. There is Marco in the Mercedes. I'm used to seeing Marco in a Williams, but there is Marco in the Mercedes. Floyd Pink is coming through, and he's in 5th position, Marco's teammate as well. So Mercedes doing well right now. Alfa Alex has put hard tyres on to try and make the end of the race without another pit stop if you can avoid any further damage. We've got Carmad F14 heading up behind Mika at the moment. Beautiful helicopter cam. If only you could fix this helicopter cam for the whole race, it would make it a lot easier to follow. I don't know where to look half the time because the drivers are just either making mistakes on their own or having mistakes made for them by their rivals. Romit in 10th position. He's just gone through as we got some good action here. Diector Ollie right behind, well, I would say right behind Alfa Alex, but it's actually Carmad F14 trying to close in on Mika now, with Floyd Pink coming up behind the two of them, crawling their way out of Le Pingle, the hairpin of turn 10 for the drivers. Ricky asking what was that just now, and here comes the Ferrari trying to find a way to take out Mika. What will Mika do here? Well, he's trying his level best, tried a little brake check, tried to tuck Carmad F14 Ferrari straight into the wall. It worked. Some damage on the car. And who is that? It's El Plan. It's championship leader, car number 69. It's El Plan in the Aston Martin, up to 7th now. Atsu, though, in the lead of this race. Risto has just passed Marco somehow. Here comes Risto in the McLaren. He is behind Alfa Alex, and he's got Marco trying to close up down the inside. Will Risto take any more of damage or action? Risto sideways across the orange curb. He loses out to Marco. Marco wipes out Alfa Alex, and Risto profits. Risto's in 2nd position. absolutely insane. Now, the problem is you get too far ahead of anybody in Atsu's position, you get wiped out by cars who have been lapped. Who will survive this race? Atsu for Haas is in the lead. We've got Risto in second on screen right now, chased by Alpha Alex. Will the drivers head into the pits here? Alpha Alex is trying to... Oh! Alpha Alex, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Just forgot there was a wall on the pit lane entry and has launched the car in the air. That is going to make some fantastic clips. I love to see that kind of thing. Exactly what we were hoping for. The most dramatic crash so far has been Alpha Alex. I don't know if Ricky Maru is giving prizes for the best crash, but that was pretty special from Alpha Alex right up in the air. It is Milan then in 9th position in the Ferrari. We know how evil he can be as he's looking to wipe out another driver. That is the Alpine in front of him of Studios, in fact, who has been lapped. He tips Studios round into the turn 1 infield, or have I got that wrong? It was XDF1 Pro in 10th position who went round, and he might be grateful that he didn't hit a wall that time. Fantastic stuff. Lap 5 of 18. Atsu's lead is 9 seconds, but he doesn't want to get too far ahead because where is he on track? He's not far away from the last placed Studios, and if he gets up to these drivers and starts to catch them, he'll get wiped out just the same. Remember, race 1 winner El Plan is in 4th place, and the drivers haven't wiped him out yet, and he has the most championship points of anybody. So we see response saying to Narnia for these drivers. Ole enjoying it, Ricky also enjoying it as well, and let's see what the drivers are doing further down in the grid, shall we? We've got some close drivers here at the moment. Floyd Pink in 6th, Milan in 7th, looking for the fastest route through. Oh, Milan almost ended up in the wall of champions. Floyd Pink is steering left, he's steering right, he's trying to avoid being obliterated by these drivers. Milan playing quite nicely that time. Floyd is weaving. He's trying to hold on to 6th position, but I think if he frustrates the other drivers, they are just going to take him out again. Romet into the wall. Romet passed now by Time Worn Actor, by XDF1 Pro and 3-point turning, but it's actually XDF1 Pro, and Floyd Pink has been wiped out. Floyd Pink is out of the race. One wheel gone. You could just see it there. The front right corner is off the car. There he is on the right. That was Floyd Pink blocking the other drivers, and well, it certainly didn't work out. Whether he got wiped out or not, we're down to 10 drivers left in the race. Atsu is in the lead. He is actually starting to catch the tail runner, Romet, I think it must be. Here he is. 9.8 seconds in the lead of the race, but we still have close drivers. This is Studios, the last place driver at the moment. No front wing. He's got an Alfa Romeo. I think that's Time Worn Actor directly behind him on track, being wiped out, but he's actually wiped himself out. Time Worn Actor tried to push Studios into the pit lane, ended up taking his own front corner off. Time Worn Actor, that would have to go down as one of the biggest fails of the night so far, I think. Mika is in 3rd position for Williams. The drivers have spread out a little bit here. Some drivers in the pits. What is Mika going to see coming out of the pit lane? Of course, he's going to steer straight into the pit lane exit to widen that second corner, I should say, and completely miss out the first corner. So let's breathe for a moment. We're nearly halfway through this 25% race. Atsu ahead of Risto, ahead of Mika and El Plan. The championship leader going into this race was El Plan, and no one has taken him out yet. Surely someone is going to remember that he's got all the points so far, as some great driving from El Plan. Beautiful drift work that time. And he is coming up to an Alpine, I believe. And so that's not a race for position. It's all about finding the best way through. The Alpine seemingly letting him through there, but El Plan was not falling for it. He's not going to draw alongside. He's going to wait for an error or the opportunity to push another driver off before he gets... It's kill or be killed here in Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve, as here Mika's retired. Mika's retired from 3rd position. Was that a pit lane retirement? We will join the cars on as we come through here. El Plan clearly still trying to keep running. There is Mika. It wasn't a voluntary retirement. He has hit the Wall of Champions, or somewhere south of the Wall of Champions at least. And here then comes El Plan around the outside, weaving his way past Studios, who wipes himself out as well. Studios taking the Mika line from qualifying straight into the wall as they go rallycross. And I wish we saw sort of gravel or grass sprayed up here as the drivers create new lines. There you can see again El Plan trying to take it careful. He avoided the contact the first time, but XDF1 Pro down in 8th position with less to lose here than El Plan, the champion-elect at the moment, the guy in the lead of this championship in the Aston Martin. So XDF1 Pro is going to have to... It didn't work that time. Risto, 2nd position, 11.3 seconds away. You can see the white Haas on the track map. He can now afford to push because he has got a big gap on the track map ahead of him with no one to wipe him out. No one's catching him. He's managing the gap, trying to maintain his position as much as possible as the cars who were lapped by Mika now unlap themselves from his accident, and he goes down into 8th position there, the most recent of our retirees. Floyd is enjoying this, I think, despite retiring from both races so far. Here is El Plan then, like I say, championship leader, as we've got both Ferraris still in the race right now. They're not very close to each other on track. Carmad F14 is catching El Plan on track, and oh dear, and Carmad manages to spin all by his lonesome, and there you have a spinella from the Ferrari driver. Milan is miles away, virtually half a lap away from his teammate, so no danger of those two coming together. But El Plan has still got an Alpine of XDF1 Pro in front of him, and in front of him I think is Romet as well on track. Will anybody else crash out of this race? Thankfully we don't have the safety car. Can you imagine if we did? Ricky Maroux signing off and saying that's it for today. I can't take any more. We only scheduled two races for tonight and for each of the next 2 nights. Seaman Floyd, that is, saying he forgot to brake at the same chicane. Seen that wall twice today, unfortunately. So here is El Plan then, 3rd position, and if he can keep his nose clean, he will definitely walk into tomorrow with the championship lead. So look forward to that one. Mika says, whoopsie daisy, he's messed up, and now you see some fantastic strategy. It's like a DRS game of chicken here between the two, as XDF1 Pro, nothing to lose here, but he doesn't want the points to be grabbed by El Plan. The Haas still very much on his own. Atsu in P1. Oh dear me, that could see El Plan safe home here. Is that Risto? No, it is in fact Romet, who is now able to attack El Plan. Will El Plan decide to lift off, steer away from an accident, take a different line, go on pause so that he ghosts? I haven't seen that yet. I'm surprised that I haven't seen that yet. But no, Romet in the pits. So Romet has pitted for damage repair. You can hear the new tyres being fitted for Romet. Still, we have 6 laps of this race left to go. If we get everybody home, if we have one runner, I think the race will be declared. But at the moment, you can see the white Haas dot on the screen has passed another driver. Things might be about to get interesting here for Atsu, who is... Oh! Fantastic timing. as XDF1 Pro wants to wipe him out. But remember, if they wipe out Atsu, they will be gifting the championship lead to be an almost unassailable lead for El Plan. So Atsu manages to weave on through past these problematic drivers around him. Will we see a dive bomb into the chicane? How does Atsu, how does he defend from this as they try to steer into him? He slows down so that the impact of their crashing is not too severe for him. Atsu is not in the lead of this race anymore. He's lost out to Risto in the McLaren. That is Risto's teammate wiping out Atsu, and Atsu's lost the wheel off the car. Atsu has retired. Masterful kill shot there from Risto's teammate Romet, and Risto is now in the lead. Brilliant teamwork this time from McLaren, which we didn't see before. Mika saying he tried to go between the sausage and the pit wall, didn't go as planned, as you could see, ended up retiring several places down. As Marco telling XDF1 Pro to turn around and go the other way. 5 laps to go. Risto holds the lead, but it is not all over. Can El Plan possibly take 2 wins from 2 in this League of Destruction? Carmad F14 has retired as well. What does that happen? How did that happen, I wonder? I won't probably see it. He's retired in the same place as Mika, I think, retired. Let's ride with El Plan, and it was after the Wall of Champions, around the approach to the start-finish line, that the Ferrari driver retired. El Plan is about to see some more cars coming out of the pit lane for him. He'll see them on the track map. They are coming out too late to tackle him. Risto, El Plan, Milan, Romet and XDF1 Pro remain in our race with 4 laps to go. This is constantly turning on its head. The more the drivers use the grass, the colder their tyres will get, and therefore the less control they will have. Atsu says to XDF1 Pro, that was personal. Nobody has wiped out El Plan. Why can nobody take down El Plan and make this championship more interesting at the head of the field? Come on, guys. You know what the score is here. Surely they were watching or listening. Surely at least one of their teammates knows the situation and knows that this Aston Martin cannot come home in the podium positions today. Welcome if you're just joining us. If you have no idea what's going on, do let me know. But the clue is in the title. There are no rules tonight for the racing, and it is all about kill or be killed. Find a way to win, regardless of the rule book. Lap 15 is about to start for El Plan at least. Risto is already up there. What is Risto? Well, Romet has retired. So we're down to four drivers in the race. Atsu was so far ahead that he's still classified in 4th position. The drivers haven't caught him yet. I don't know what happened to Romet, though. He was out near the start-finish line as well. 4 drivers remain in this race. Just to let you know, guys, tomorrow, Monaco in the wet. Wet to dry Monaco will be featuring as part of our coverage. So I hope that everybody comes back for either fun or revenge, depending on how things have been going. XDF1 Pro finally passes Atsu's wreckage, and it's Risto, El Plan, Milan, and XDF1 Pro remaining in this race as they try to stay away from each other. But surely someone is going to slow and make this one down. Studios is cheering on XDF1 Pro in 4th place now, trying to survive this one. How are they feeling? Should they take out El Plan, who was the championship leader after winning race 1? There won't be any points for our DNFs, I don't believe. I think it will be finishing positions only. That will get those points, as Studios is pretty happy here. David S saying he's enjoying this as well. So, yeah, this is the first night of League of Destruction. It's just a bit of silliness. It's a 4-night event. And we've got some drivers close to each other. And that was Risto trying to be taken out by XDF1 Pro. He looks to be, with nothing to lose here on the track at the moment, he looks to be the spoiler for everybody else's race. It's a lap and a half to go for the leader. XDF1 Pro, his target is clear. Find and kill whoever he can here. And that looks like Risto slowing down. Why is Risto slowing down? To invite XDF1 Pro to have a go? Or is it just to lull him into a false sense of security? Creative lines, as you can see. Will XDF1 Pro wipe him out? Oh, that was smart. That was smart work from Risto. Trying to avoid being killed. And you can see what they're doing. Risto manages to outfox XDF1 Pro. And there are 1 lap to go at the end of this straight. So it could be all over very soon. Well, it definitely will be all over very soon. We've got the Wall of Champions has elongated this this event. It has just become the sector of champions down that main straight. Here then comes XDF1 Pro. What can he do? He's going to try it. Oh, no. He tried to do it. He tried to absolutely lawn dart Risto, but it didn't work. He's going to turn around. He's going to see what he can do. Let's ride and see what XDF1 Pro does. He's got to take out El Plan here. That has to be the only option, is to take out El Plan and make this championship more interesting. El Plan is coming down towards the hairpin for his lap 17, I believe. I think he may have been lapped already. Let's see, what can XDF1 Pro do? He knows what he's doing. He's just going to do donuts, is he, on this straight, to see if he can take anybody out. Donuts would be the maximising your opportunity to make a kill. Through goes El Plan then to start his final lap. So XDF1 Pro did not succeed again. It's Risto. This is all Risto can do now. I think XDF1 Pro might be in the pit lane. Here comes Risto. He's going to play it safe and take the win in the pit lane. Oh, playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers or drafts. Great stuff from Risto in P1. He's going to take the checkered flag around and about now. There he is, the winner, Risto, then for the race. Then we've got El Plan in second, trying to... Oh, he's not playing it safe, El Plan, just about. So David's saying the meta is to take the fastest down. Well, I can't imagine that anyone other than El Plan is just going to get completely targeted in the next 2 nights. So we're going to wait and see. But El Plan, anyway, will come home into second position. Will he? Because... XDF1 Pro, you've got to give him points for trying. El Plan will take that championship lead, and Milan has to know what's happening now. Here comes the Alpine, and what does he do? How did he avoid that one? That looked like someone who... he's lagging out. He's deliberately pressing pause, I think. That is resetting to track. That is very smart from Milan, as well, as he saw XDF1 Pro coming. Third place for Milan. Great racing. He's obviously just mashing the reset to track, as David says. This is what he does. You just brake when you see someone behind me. XDF1 Pro is going to have to finish this up now. He hasn't got long enough. It's Risto who came home as the winner. Brilliant stuff. I love the fact that Risto finished the race Michael Schumacher-esque in the pit lane, serving whatever penalty he did so many years ago. And also, you have to like Milan's tactic of resetting to track every few seconds when XDF1 Pro was coming through. But XDF1 Pro, points for trying, and perhaps nomination for biggest crash of the night so far. Alpha Alex through into the Wall of Champions. I'm going to enjoy watching this one back. I hope you guys are too. Please remember to like and subscribe if you can. Help out the channel here. Tune in tomorrow, same time tomorrow, for an hour's worth of absolute carnage, and we'll try and do it again on Sunday night as well. Remember, they're actually going for a €100 prize board here as well. It doesn't look like it, does it? But Risto, the winner of race 2. We had obviously El Plan winning race 1, and we'll check out what the championship points look like. Milan was lagging hard, Ollie says, but no, I don't think he was. I think he was pressing reset to track. So I think that was his opportunity. XDF1 Pro saying he was trying absolutely everything he could. Lots of people enjoying it, and playing this with a very sporting attitude. They knew what they signed up for when they came to race, didn't they? Brilliant stuff. Well done, Risto, for surviving that one. El Plan, well, it's all going to El Plan so far, isn't it? Because surely the championship lead will be his. David says he enjoyed that. Well, that's great. Honestly, I love to see. This is all the brainchild of Ricky Maru, so Doff your cap to Ricky for coming up with this idea. Romet got the fastest lap in the end there. The game has awarded points. I don't know if we'll carry that forward, but the game has awarded points for the race anyway. Risto versus El Plan is how it finished with Milan and XDF1 Pro. Let's take a look then at the driver standings right now. It is, right now at least, provisional standings. This is El Plan and Risto at the top. El Plan, 44 points, 19 ahead of Risto and Atsu. With then Milan, Ole, Kenton, XDF1 Pro. I'll get a quick look at the constructors in a second. Let me scroll through these so that everybody can see when we look back. But Aston Martin have the lead by 10 points from McLaren, from Haas, Ferrari, Williams, AlphaTauri, and so on. But I think we might need to minus some points from non-finishers. But yes, see you all tomorrow, same place, for the League of Destruction Night 2 for this elongated weekend of saying farewell to F1 23. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching. We will catch you on the next race day.